But let's rewind a little bit because I'm going to talk about technicals later in the section. But let's go back to the CPI data. So that's the Consumer Price Index, and that came out in Australia earlier this week. Am I right?
Yes, correct. That was on, you don't even know what day it is at this point. I couldn't believe it was Friday today, but that was on Wednesday. So headline inflation was above expectations in Australia for the quarter. So we're looking at quarter-on-quarter figures. It was up 1.8%. Which brings it to 7.3% annualized inflation, CPI. Again, that was really driven, again, by gas prices. We've seen a little bit of an oil rally, which Dennis will talk about later, and also building costs as well. So above expectations, our market actually held up exceptionally well off the back of that. But yeah, not the most ideal result, but it was the same increase quarter-on-quarter as the previous quarter as well. So it's
Head and shoulders pattern sort of forming.
I'll actually bring up a chart. It's easy to look at CPI when we talk about it, I guess giving a visual to our viewers. If you look at this is the chart of CPI. So as you can see, the last two bars on that graph give you the quarter-on-quarter increase, and has actually been the same for the last 2 months. So it's not increasing at a quicker rate, but it is still increasing this quarter more than expectations. The expectation was 1.6% quarter-on-quarter, not 1.8, which would have brought an annualized figure of 7%, but again, not the most ideal result. So what does this actually mean? It means that the peak rate that a lot of institutions are forecasting has increased. ANZ is an institution that has increased their peak rate now to 3.85% in May of next year. So they think we're going to peak the cash rate at May next year. But again, they're still forecasting 25 basis points next month. So a lot of people thought because inflation's more than expected this quarter, are we going to see 50 bips in December? I know it was 25 last month, and that's the forecast at the moment for December, but you never know. It is always related to the data that is being unfolded in front of us.
Don't fight the Fed. As they say,